question number 6 deals with a right triangle, and they're asking us what is the length of the wire in feet. We have a pole that's 6 feet tall. The wire is connected to the ground 12 feet away from the pole. We don't know how long the wire is. So we know 2 of the 3 sides length on this right triangle. We will use the Pythagorean theorem to solve this. The Pythagorean theorem tells us that if we know the length of any 2 sides of a right triangle, we can find the length of the third side. Okay, so if we know the length of any 2 sides of a right triangle, meaning it has to have 90 degrees, we can find the length of the missing length. Okay, and the Pythagorean theorem looks like this: a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Very famous. It's a good one to remember. Put in your memory bank. Okay, so we do know 2 sides. The 2 sides that make up the right angle are called the legs. So we have a leg here and we have a leg here because they make that right angle. Okay, the legs are A and B. Doesn't matter which one is A or which one is B. So we'll just label those A and B. The side that is opposite your right angle is your hypotenuse, and it is always the longest side in a right triangle. So we label the hypotenuse, or the hippopotamus side because it's so big, hypotenuse, hippo side, C. So we have 2 legs and a hippopotamus. So we want to plug in what we know into our formula and then solve it. Okay, so we know that at leg A is 16. So I'll come down here and I'll put 16 squared plus leg B is 12. So I'll put 12 squared equals c squared. Okay, because that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's do our exponent. And you have a calculator. 16 squared means 16 multiplied times itself. So we can push clear. I could either put in 16 times 16, or I can put 16 and use this x squared key, and it'll put the little 2 for the exponent. Click enter, and I have 16 times 16, 256. Plus, clear that, 12 squared. 12 times 12 is 144, or I can put 12 and use my x squared key and give my little exponent 2 and click enter, and I get 144. Okay, let's add these 2 together. 256 plus 144, enter, and I get 400 equals c squared. Okay, I don't want c squared, I want c, don't I? The only way to get c is to find the square root of 400. What number times itself will give me 400? So I'm going to put it inside this radical sign. I just call it the little check box. So the square root of 400 will equal c. So I'm going to clear my calculator. To put it into my calculator, I'm going to use this green second key, and I'm going to use the little green checkbox that's right above x squared. And that will give me my radical sign. Now I can put 400 inside it. Now I want to scroll over to get out of the box. Click enter, and it tells me 20 is the measure of C because 20 times 20 is going to equal 400, right? 20 squared is 400. So the length of this wire is going to be 20 feet. And that's how we use the Pythagorean theorem. We'll do a bit more of these with other questions that come along. Okay? I will see you all on the next video.